I've never met anyone as energetic as him, full of life, like a child. And I think he's becoming a child more as he's aging. And I love that. And the best part about him is being in the film industry, he has no filter. Oh, love it. Welcome to NDTV, Mr. VVC.
Yeah, thank you. You had to rub in that aging bit. You couldn't resist. Oh, while he's aging.
But I am jealous of you. Your aura, when you enter a room, everything just changes like that. And I am jealous of that. Like, we were just talking that one thing has got over. Doesn't matter what the result is. You enter and you say, my next idea. Yeah. I haven't.
We made the poster for the next film already yesterday.
There you go. I mean, how do one keep up with that? How the kids around you keep up with you?
Well, we just have one life, Veera, just one life. Think about it. And a lot of it is, for me, I'll show you later, you can take a picture of it. I have a life chart, which I have hung in my bathroom. So every time I go to the loo, I look at it. I was born in 52. So it's a 80-year, 90-year chart. So 72 have gone. So actually, when you look at it, you realize how much of the life is gone and how much of it is left.
Wow.
And that makes every day very precious. You realize that you have less time. For every film release or any time, my screen grab is a Van Gogh painting, because I can never ever forget, and I don't want to ever forget, that he was one of the greatest artists of all times, and he didn't sell a single painting in his lifetime.
Right.
So when I look at that, and then, so that it's immunity from everything.
Yeah. And thank you for reminding us.
Yeah, it is like, just think about it. So when people say, oh, zero से restart को theater में देखने नहीं गया, तो OTT में देख लेंगे. अच्छा नहीं देखेंगे तो बाद में देख लेंगे. नहीं भी देखेंगे तो कोई बात नहीं, कभी तो देख लेंगे. वैन गॉग तो कितने सालों के बाद लोगों ने acknowledge किया. Not that I am or my films are as great as him, but the point is that you must understand that if you leave something worthwhile, if you create something worthwhile, it will never die. Even if at that given moment, people cannot see it because it's, as they say, ahead of their times.
Can you tell me, what does failure mean to you?
Failure means only one thing to me. I'll say it in Hindi, and then you can translate it, because I'm not so good in English. But in Hindi, failure is कि अगर मेरी अंतर आत्मा प्रसन्न नहीं है, तो I'm a failure.
And it doesn't matter what anybody has to say about you.
No, not at all. How does it matter what you think of me? Or what people who are watching me think of me? What matters is what I think of myself. That is the most I can fool you, I can fool them into believing something that does not exist. But I know that doesn't exist. I will know that I have faked it all. And I can never be happy if I faked it all. And I am telling you on the other side exactly who I am, what I feel, and they say, this guy's a faku. Good for them. But I have been myself. I am happy. You can never, ever, ever fool. You can fool the world, as they say, but you can never fool yourself.
Yes. And zero to restart. First let me go to 12th fail. 12th fail had a message, but it is a bigger message that comes after 12th fail, is the zero to zero se restart.
Right.
And I watched the film and I absolutely loved it. And today I'm telling you that I think it was better than 12th fail. There was everything in that film. Not a second of that film I thought maybe ye kaatna chahiye tha, maybe it is a little stretch. Nothing. I absolutely enjoyed it. And the hero of the film is you. So much of drama. So let me tell you guys, wherever this man goes, there is so much of drama that you cannot help but be entertained. So this film was entertaining because of you.
Yeah. That's why, see, the funny thing is that you're not the first one. Many people have said that this film is better than 12th Fail. And the reason being that 12th Fail had a certain message. But this film has a very direct message for particularly the young people, the students, and all of us. And I think also cinematically, Zero Se Restart is a far bigger challenge and a far bigger accomplishment. You can't compare films. I can't say Three Idiots is better than Parinda, Parinda is better than Munna Bhai, Munna Bhai
comparison.
better. No, you can't. 42, whatever I've done. But the biggest challenge of my life was to edit or help Jas Kamar Kohli edit Zero Se Restart, because we had, God knows, 1,800 hours of footage
Wow.
or something like that, and we made a 90-minute film out of that. So it's 0.0039 or something like that. So imagine and also to tell a story. Okay, this film was not planned. Zero Se Restart is shot by 17, 18 people with iPhones, and it's a crazy example of actually in a cinematic. I mean, if we talk in terms of cinema, something like Zero Se Restart has not been done.
So out of the box?
Yeah, and I doubt it'll be them.
You know, usually what we say is after a film releases, the making is just released on YouTube.
Yeah.
But what made you think that नहीं भैया ये तो theater में ही release होगा?
I wanted to make a point. It was an experiment. I knew, it's like most of my crew, even before I released the film, I told them that for 3 months your salaries are fixed, don't worry, everything, because I knew at the back of my mind that this experiment may not work. Because the moment people say documentary, they say, oh, I don't want to spend 200 on documentary, it'll come on OTT, which is a mental block, because this film is probably far more entertaining than some of the shit they spend money on, because it is entertaining. And it's also educative. It would leave them smarter than they were when they went in. But that's not the point. I had foreseen it. And I had secured everybody who felt insecure to say that, don't worry, you're taken care of. So it's not a surprise for me. And I also can tell you right now that when it goes on OTT, it'll be, people will go crazy, particularly young people. And because they can see on OTT, you see a film, you can go back, see it again, you can see 12 Fail one more time, you can refer to Zero Se Restart. So it becomes a far more entertaining thing. But I just wanted to make a point. That's it, and I made it.
But why didn't you release it on OTT when you know it will be liked on OTT? Why did you choose the theaters?
Because I am, by and large, a cinema person. I was born in 1952. For me, movies is the love of my life, not OTT. It's for me, when I mix for cinema the film, when I put those 20 tracks and put them in Atmos and put them in 8 speakers, it gives me immense joy than putting it out in 2.1. So I had a great time mixing it. It's a great film, it's out there. Anybody wants to see it in the cinema would love it. They want to see it on OTT, of course they'd love it, but it's not the same sound. It's not the same magic of movies. I'm a movie guy. That's why I took this chance.
Mr. Chopra, can you tell me any moment in your life where, I know you live your life every day like it's the last day,
Yeah.
but a moment that you can share with us which is close to your heart and you always remember that was the moment for your Zero Se Restart?
Well, most people don't believe it, but if you read that book Unscripted that Abhijat wrote on me, there was a time many years back when I was about to kill myself. I was so disillusioned with life. And that's very difficult to put the fact that I was standing in Lonavala on a highway next to the trucks moving, and I could have taken a step and died. It was my family that I'm very close to, my brother, who's no more, but I was very close to him. So it was my family and my love for my family, my mother and everybody, that held me back. But it was a crazy moment in my life where I was so disillusioned. This was after I released Sadai Maut and while I was writing Khamosh. So if I go to zero moment, I would go to that moment. And also people who know me now, like yourself, and when I tell them that, oh, there was a moment like that in my life, they're surprised, oh, really, this guy? But it's very important to say that, because for people to think that it's not, you don't become like this, you're not born like this, but you fight your battles. Some you win, some you lose. But the joy is not winning or losing. The joy is to fight.
Whenever a film fails in the box office, what is Vidhu Vinod Chopra's reaction to it?
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if it succeeds. I don't give a damn if it... Well, if it succeeds, it makes you happy. Everybody is happy. If it doesn't work, and for me, most of my films have worked, but really I don't give a damn. For me, it all ends when I mix my film and I see my final print and say, hey, we've done a good job. After that, it doesn't matter. See, because when you say it doesn't work or it works, the question is, who has it not worked for? I'll tell you one small thing. Take a Shakespeare play, or take a Van Gogh painting, or take a Picasso, and go to certain parts of the world. Go to places where people have not, unfortunately, been educated. Go to where they show them Picasso. You think they will say, wow, this is amazing?
No.
They won't. They won't understand that. Which doesn't, I'm not saying, I'm not demeaning them or the work of art. I'm just saying they're not right for that art. It doesn't make Picasso any lesser because people in somewhere did not figure him out. So all you can do is do your best and put it out there, and you be happy. The day we release the film, and they'll tell you, I was doing subtitles that day till I had a premiere.
I know that.
I was doing subtitles since I think 6 o'clock or 7. Yeah. Subtitles, for God's sake. Not even the movie. Why? Because someday people will see it abroad and my subtitles have to be perfect. When will they see it? I don't know. Will they see it? I don't know. But my job is perfect. That is what makes me happy.
What happens when you are the producer and there is a director? Then what happens? Because everybody has to work according to your perfection. Is that so?
Yeah.
Or how does that work?
No,
How is Vidhu Vinod Chopra as a producer?
See, I'm not really, I have never been a producer. I have been a co-creator. I have been exactly what I said in this film, consulting director, editor. But there are some films that I have produced or my name is in on those films. I'm not proud of those films. I've said that then. I can say it anytime. And some of them I'm very proud of. So it's like when I go out there, I trust the director. I want to support that director. I want to help him make a movie. And I do my best to make the best we can. But and we keep striving for perfection, but it's not, I'm not always very proud of even some of the biggest hits of mine. I don't look back and say, wow, that was a great film. And it does make me happy. What makes me happy is a film like Zero Se Restart. Or many films like Shikara opened to great reviews, and then it didn't work for whatever reasons, for political reasons, but it was a beautiful one. Lagero Munawai is a beautiful film. It worked, but it's a beautiful film. 3 Idiots and many films. 1942, A Love Story, Parinda, Khamosh. I mean, come on. I've had a great time.
Yes, we had a great time. Thanks to you.
Yeah.
So what do you think about what our industry is going through right now? A crisis? There's no creativity or originality coming out of it. What is your opinion on it? Where do you see we are going?
There's a line I have written in 12th Fail. And I hope you remember that line. The line is that when they go up, he says that in my interview, they asked me, what do you think of the walls of this room? And I said, sir, I don't think about the walls of this room. So my answer to your question is, I don't think about the industry doing what they're doing. I just don't think.
But don't you want to have an opinion on the business of the films that they're making?
I have no opinion. I have no opinion. Most of those films I can't even see. You can throw at me, oh, it's 1,000 crores, this for 20. I don't give a shit. It's a terrible film. The values you're propagating are terrible. The values that are going into our system are terrible. Good for you, you made that money. And if you think that's your success, be happy with it. For me, it's not. What you've done to the country is what I'm looking at. All of them have so much money. They can have a little more, and if that makes them successful, it's very sad.
I remember in Zero Se Restart, in the beginning, there's a part where the narrator says how all the scripts, so many people rejected it. Like directors who want to work with
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
but they kept rejecting
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Can you tell me in this whole career, how many times have this happened? And with the biggest films, maybe,
Never, never. If I offer a film, the guy jumps and says, wow, he's offered me.
how did this happen?
They just kept saying no because everybody thought it was a piece of crap, this script. I mean, Zero Series, nobody understood, 12th Fail, nobody understood what I'm trying to do in that movie. It was crazy. It was crazy, something that was so obvious to me that this film should get made and 12th Fail will inspire people and it will make, if there are 3% honest people in our system, maybe it will become 4% or 5% after the movie. I was very clear about that. But I don't think anybody shared that vision. They didn't have the vision. But the point is also, it's very important in the movie. The voiceover, my director says that
Yeah.
you think this guy knows everything. Let me tell you, in his language, isko pata hai. I don't know. And that is a fact. The fact that, so when you look at me and I'm saying, shit, I didn't know. I was struck, but there's a very critical line in the film. It says, I don't know, but my mind is open. I know when I'm talking about, I didn't know why I was rejecting that atta chakki, for instance. I didn't know why I was saying no to it. I had no idea. And it's crazy when they're showing you 100 atta chakkis and you say, no, not good, not good. And you don't know why.
It's just an instinct that
It's
this is not the right
completely
one.
and totally. I live by my instinct. And let me tell you, most of us have killed our instincts for money and fame. We don't follow our instincts anymore. We don't feel like smiling, but we smile to that, the social media. Hello. Inside we are dying, but no. We are killing our instincts.
What are the things in your life that has worked because of instincts?
Everything, my whole life. Listen, you and me are talking, there are interviews I've just got up and walked away from.
Really?
Yeah. If I don't enjoy it, I walk away.
He's still sitting here. That
Yeah.
means he's enjoying it. I'm glad you're still here. But about, because in front of me I can see Parinda. What a film. 1942 love story.
Parinda, by the way, very important for you to know, was a flop when it released. It ran for 1 week in Alankar. And I still remember, Sanjay Bansali was my assistant then, and Rajkumar Santoshi, we went to Alankar. And those days, there was no internet. So the way to know whether the film is working is to ask the people who've just seen the film, how is it? So we were all there, kaisi, ticket link, ticket kare. Everybody said, bakwas film. I still remember one guy saying, mat dekhna yaar, wo Jackie Shroff ka to heroine bhi nahi hai picture mein, ekdam bundle. So I'm saying, what? And these kids who assisted me had tears in their eyes and they said, sir, you leave, this country doesn't deserve you, and all that. I mean, they became very emotional. Parinda is a cult film now, but it bombed in Alankar, ran for 1 week.
And when did you realize that it's a cult film?
I didn't. I loved making that movie. For me, I loved making the film. See, if tomorrow Zero Se Restart becomes a cult movie or does not become a cult movie, really is of no consequence to me. The important thing is, I spent a year of my life in these rooms, 1 year, editing these films. And I had a great time for 1 year. I had a superb time for 1 year. How are you going to compensate that?
And
that is
nothing
life.
else matters.
And that is life.
The fact that you enjoyed it.
Loved it. Loved every minute of it. It was one of the most difficult films to put together. So I had a great time for a year. If you like it, good for you. If you don't, too bad. And now, unlike Parinda days when it mattered to me if the film made money or didn't, now it doesn't matter. I'm 72. I have enough money to live for 150 years, which I'm not going to. I'm not going to live.
When we talk about films, box office, numbers. These numbers that are thrown to us, we are journalists, they're constant numbers, everyday numbers. This is how much it has made, this is how much. There was a time, like you said, in Parinda, there was no number concept. How times have changed now. Is it for the good or is it for the bad?
See, let me tell you, first of all, most of these numbers are fake, as you know very well. I mean, if I wanted to show housefuls of zero series, it's very easy for me to do it. Very, very easy to do. If I buy views, it's very easy for me to say 1 billion likes. There are things like you can say 50 million likes, 1 billion. How 50? Easy, very easy to buy. It's not rocket science. I can sit here and tell you, oh, zero series and something to full houses. Very easy, I'll buy the tickets. What's the big problem? It's full houses. So the numbers are fake. Most of the numbers are fake. The projections are fake. So for me, anything that is fake stinks. It makes me unhappy. That is as simple as that. If 5 people have gone to see my film, I'm telling you right now, on television, I'm telling you, hey, nobody went to see my movie. But you know what? See it. It's a good one. You know, I'm not going to fake my numbers. I can.
Yeah,
Easy.
because the moment I entered and you told me, कोई नहीं गया.
नहीं
Zero series started making.
गए हाइपर उनका डॉक्यूमेंट्री में नहीं करते पैसे OTT पे देखेगी तो सब वेट कर रही है कि OTT पे देखे उन्होंने पैसे नहीं करते.
So all the people who have not watched it.
I'm going to watch on OTT because their head space is saying documentary. अरे 200 रुपये कैसे कर देगी? आएगा ना OTT में. देख लो OTT में भैया देख लो. No problem. मेरे को क्या problem?
This is what I love the most about talking to you is your honesty.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
so unfiltered. And I really miss that in a conversation.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Thank
This was so much fun.
Thank you.
And you didn't walk away. So the credit goes to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're doing very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.